Carl, why are you grumpy?
I told you before, I'm just a little bit tired today.
Because he had to get up, but the builders next door woke him up.
No.
He's always going about his hours. Those builders probably got up at 6.
Yeah, but I can understand builders who get up early because they're building outside and they've got to get the job done before it gets dark. But he's working in someone's lounge. If it gets dark, put the light on. It's not a problem. So why is he starting work at like 7 o'clock in the morning?
Well, because builders get paid by the day, and if you get a builder there going, I'll just do 11 till 3, he's not going to go, I'll tell you what, love, just give me 40 quid. I didn't do a whole day. It's a day's work, isn't it? So you want to get the most out of it, don't you?
Plus, he probably wants to finish early so he can have a good night.
Yeah, it's a Saturday night, you know what I mean? He wants to...
Yeah, he wants to get his 50 pints.
And he was cheery, I bet he was whistling and, you know, dancing around and tapping, you know, so I don't know how you can be annoyed at that. Why don't you get earplugs?
I don't like the idea of earplugs.
Why?
Because I live in a flat, so it's not as if I'm looking after my house, right?
Already, I've lost you.
No.
That wasn't even a whole sentence and I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but what I mean is, if you live in a house, right, you know that you've turned the lights off downstairs, you know you haven't got a frying pan on, right?
Right, okay, not really.
Going.
But I live in a flat, and I don't know what the other people are like. There might be some daft people in there who
God, imagine that.
right, who don't turn stuff off. Now, if I have earplugs and the fire alarm's going off, I'm not going to hear it. I'm going to have a good sleep, but who knows what could happen? So I don't like earplugs. It's not safe.
Okay.
If you live in a block of flats.
But I think you'll find, because I've used them, I think you'll find that a fire alarm will cut.
I wear them sometimes if it's noisy or I want to go to bed early or something, and I hear my alarm clock, and it goes. It's that loud.
Okay.
Well, a fire alarm is deafening.
Alright, so we've talked in the past about snails who sleep for 13 years.
No, you have. That's never been confirmed. In fact, the expert didn't have heard of it.
Well, they do.
Okay.
I read it on different sites.
Okay.
So how much does it take to wake that up? Got you?
What do you mean?
Well, they sleep for 13 years.
Yeah, but it's probably. But I don't know what you mean by sleep. It's not the same sort of pattern that we have in a mollusk, is it? There's different. What is sleep? It's
when you're sort of shut down, and.
But they can estivate. They can actually literally
No,
shut
they didn't say
down.
that. They said they sleep for 13 years. I mean, have you ever had like more than 10 hours sleep?
Yeah.
You feel really groggy.
Well, no, I feel really upset.
I feel rough. I was just thinking what a snail would be like.
Be even slower than normal.
But even slower than you. Play a record.
Well, anyway.
You know on Earth can't talk
Ever. What's that, Clark? Booty on XFM 104.9. It's very Steve Merchant, Carl Pilkington. We've got a lot to get through. We've got things like radio to play. We've got feed. We've got Teenage Fan Club. We've got 2 new competitions, Steve. Got a great one coming up. A film competition. That's great. And a music-based competition.
Is it right to say that Rockbusters is no longer?
We've still got Rockbusters. It's hanging on by the skin of its teeth.
I thought we got rid of that. I thought we'd all agreed that we got rid of that.
No, I think we should do it. I think people like it.
Nobody wants it.
It's because he got his name in the heat now. It's introduced by Steve Merchant and Carl Pilkington, and he said they like Rockbusters. That's why.
Carl, I thought we had an issue. We agreed that it was not going to happen anymore.
He's worried about the fans.
There's a guy here emailed in. He just emailed in 3 band names. He said I may as well email in now on the off chance these are right because it's such an arbitrary quiz.
Yeah.
It's essentially a waste of time. The clues are so complicated.
D. Frida Payne. That was a classic. That was a classic Rockbuster, wasn't it?
When they start getting a bit ridiculous and that, and people aren't getting it, then we'll.
You can't drink that pop now. Shaka Khan.
No.
That was another piece of genius.
Well, I think we've already reached that stage, Carl.
I've only just got in this river, and there's loads of logs. Justin Timberlake, he said river. Lake, he said river. Lake, he said river. Just a few of the highlights of Rockbuster.
Can you please promise that this is the last one today? Because it's really, I think it's bringing the show down.
Steve, he can't promise he'll remember the answer today. How can he promise what's going to happen next week?
I still think it's got legs in it. Let's just see how it goes next week.
You're not going to bring it back next week. It's got to be finished. We've got to put an end to it. We've got to give it a sort of final sending.
Okay, I'll tell you
We've got
what.
to smother it, Carl. For its own
I do want to trial this new film quiz we've got because it's I mean, I'm excited. I think it's the best competition we've come up with, to be honest. I mean, Carl, you agree, don't you?
It's alright, yeah.
Yeah, it's a film-based quiz, right? Then we'll play you a clip from a classic film. I can tell you the film you're going to play. It's The Sixth Sense, right? And there'll be a question after, and you will win The Sixth Sense. Yeah, not the ability to sort of tell when someone's behind you, but just this film. You know. Do you believe in sort of like extrasensory sort of perception and stuff? Carl?
Ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
Not ghosts, no, the fact that people maybe could sense, you know, beings.
There was a woman in on the Christian's breakfast show, right? Blind woman. Clairvoyant.
Her name?
Forgot. But she was a bit useless.
I'm always worried about what's going to come
Yeah,
out.
I'm worried.
Do you know what I mean?
She's a bit rubbish at being clairvoyant.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think if you're not that good at something, don't go on the radio and do it.
Carl, you better leave.
So what? Sorry.
Well, she was saying.
So
like,
what was the relevance of her being blind? What was that for? What did you
I
say?
thought it was a bit weird. I think she was using that because the fact that she can't see living people or she can contact the dead ones.
I'm so sorry. This is XFM 104.9. Once again, Carl's opinions do not necessarily reflect anyone.
Those of any human
Any other person alive today.
Sorry, Carl, so how did she demonstrate her clairvoyance? Why was it not written?
She was sat in the chair you're at, right? And people called up and
I
said,
sensed that.
Weird.
Said, called up and he said, right, can you have a word with your gran?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, she's dead, isn't she? And it's like, yeah. And they were aware, and I was like, oh, she knows the stuff.
It was 50-50 to be fair.
Yeah, and especially with a gran, because the person sounded about 35, so the chances are
Yeah.
they haven't got a gran anymore.
Yeah.
And it was just
Unless it's
like,
fellas from Busted, because they in the year 3000, they've only got to a great granddaughter, and that's 1,000 years. So presumably, you know, they can live a lot longer.
I just wasn't convinced anyway. I don't want to diss her because, you know, she came in and she did her stuff, and if people believe in it, I'm not going to put it down, but it's just a little bit
You
odd.
believe in it. You just think she didn't have the real power, as opposed to it being rubbish.
But yeah, I don't know what we're talking about there. So we've got the film.
I don't know what we were talking about.
Film.
What were you talking about earlier about glasses as well, and Steve taking his glasses off? What was that?
Why are you saying that in front of him now for?
Was it an insult?
It wasn't really an insult.
Carl, what were you up to?
No, what was it? I genuinely don't remember. I genuinely don't remember.
I just like Steve. I'm not having a go. Right? Just saying how people. It's a bit weird that you've got glasses because you've got a good pair of eyes on you. Right? That isn't an insult.
What were you talking about though? What was it? Why?
It was the fact that people who wear glasses always look a bit weird without them on. It's like, you know, they should wear glasses.
Okay. Why did we get round to this? What was we talking about? What was we talking about?
I don't know. I don't know what that was.
It sounds like an insult, even it wasn't
No,
intended as
it
one.
wasn't.
It sounds like an insult, Carl.
It does, yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I should be allowed to punch you until you insult me.
No, but I'm not.
I'm
having a
doing
go.
it. I'm going to give you a dead arm.
Look, Steve,
It sounds like an insult.
you
And
always
even if it wasn't, you intended it to be one.
Well, what you...
Oh, that was real. Play record.
But
This is
That's
mad.
yeah, every time you insult me from
That's
now on.
mad. Oh, is this the Cardigans? Great, brilliant.
I didn't even say anything.
It makes me feel better. It makes me feel better. I can enjoy the rest of the show.
Cardigans, for what it's worth, might be one of the best things I've done for many years. Except that one, which makes with me Steve Merchant and Carl Caitlin.
I suppose if you spoke like that for real, because I wouldn't leave the studio with a headache then. There you are, see, it's just kind of stinging back.
Oh dear.
A lot of people sort of, I think, think, I wish I was Ricky Gervais' mate. They don't. Let me put your mind at rest now. You're not missing anything. Am I right, Carl?
Who says that walking along the street? When that ever been said? What are you thinking? Oh, just thinking. I was already delays, mate.
Well, I've met people that are friends of friends.
Oh, it must be fun to be in an enclosed space. Yeah, in an echoey small space.
Oh, imagine sharing a prison cell with her.
That'd be good, wouldn't it, Carl? Oh, that would be fantastic. But I'd be the daddy, wouldn't I?
Suicide rate in the prison would shoot us.
Yeah. No, come over here and suck mummies. Now listen.
What do you reckon, Carl, to being Ricky's friend? Did you find that an exhilarating experience, something that you enjoyed?
It's alright for about an hour, and then anything over that is when he's just messing about and he wants to hit me on the head with a tray.
We went for lunch yesterday, didn't we? That was more than an hour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we had a drink in the week, didn't we? That was more than an hour, wasn't it?
That was a good.
Is he okay when it's just the two of you? Because I find as soon as there's a third person,
Well, yeah, just to give
he just starts showing off.
Well, there's a little bit of that, right? But I went out with Ricky, like you said, right, for a drink. And, I went home, and Susan, my girlfriend, said, where have you been? So I've been out for a drink with Ricky. You've been out for a while, what have you been talking about? I sort of sat there for a minute and thought, there's nothing that I can tell her we've been talking about that should show any interest in. She said, well, you must remember something. I said, I can't. She goes, no, something, just anything that you're talking about, what are you talking about? I said, right, the one I remember, one of the topics that came up was, imagine that the only way to have a kid was you had to sleep with a squid. How many kids would you have?
I was saying it was the future, and the squid taking over. The only way they could do it now is like filter. You had to sleep with the squid. I was going, would you? He's going, what do you mean? I was going, would you? He said, there's not a time he hasn't gone home with a conversation. It buzzing in his head that he got confused about.
Would anyone want a kid that much?
Does the child look like a squid when you have it, or is
No, it's not. I was going, no, it's normal, but it's like a filtering system. The only way you can do it to make sure, you have to impregnate the squid. And it's a filter, and then you can, it's a test tube wave in the future.
Did the busted lads mention that?
We did underwater, that's where I got it from. I thought, well, you probably sort of like get quite friendly with them. Eventually, you probably would be breeding with the squids and,
So what does Suzanne think of doing? Has she met him a few times?
Yeah, she just said, she can understand why we sort of get on, because we both sort of come up with daft stuff all the time. But I'm quite happy to have a discussion.
There's a way that it talks about his partner like the adults.
Well,
we're the two kids that go out and play talking about squids.
That is exactly how I see Suzanne. It's like if she wasn't there, I don't think you'd get out of the house anymore. You'd have tied your shoelaces together.
Yeah, you'd have your earplugs in.
You'd forgot to put your trousers on.
The fire alarm would be going off, and someone would left a frying pan on. The builders would be sort of like throwing you out.
Yeah, I imagine she makes you like a round of sandwiches.
Well, she's noticed that I don't ask as many questions now. Because like last night was one of the first times in ages that I'd asked her something. What did you ask?
Where's the bathroom?
Do you know, like I'm always thinking of stuff when I'm bored. Right? If it's when I'm washing up or whatever. And last night, she was watching that Midsummer
Murders.
Midsummer Murders, right? I don't like it. I think it's rubbish. Right? So
another thing you've got in common then.
No, but do you know what I mean? But I let her watch it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She really likes it.
He's watching the microwave. She's going, Carl, no, this is the telly. This is the telly.
Wait a minute, this chicken's going to come
I've seen this before, it comes round again in a minute. Carl, what's the washing machine, Carl?
So she's watching it, loving it, and I'm bored, because it's just boring. So I'm sort of looking through magazines that we've got.
Trying to find animals without heads.
And it was in one of her magazines, and there's this article, right, about these identical twins, brothers, right, and one of them meets this girl, right, and it turns out she's got an identical...
I've heard this is true. Right, they get married.
She's got an identical sister.
Right, so they both go out.
So two identical twins, male going out with two identical twin sisters. Yeah.
So I was looking at it going, oh, that's weird, because you see them like, they're always wearing the same cardigans and that's like...
But then, but if you look at the twin, then you probably would fancy the same sort of person, wouldn't you?
But then, I was asking, she was going, it's getting near the, the plot, the murderer. If they had a kid, would they look the same?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily, because it depends on what genes are passed over. Even though they've got the same exact sets of genes, that you don't pass on all the genes, do you? It's 50-50, but you don't pass on exactly the same genes in each sperm, let alone with an identical twin.
Yeah, but even though you don't do that, like my brother and sister don't look like me, but
No.
you know they were related.
Because they share 50% of your
And they
father's
talk
genes.
gobbledygook.
Yeah. No, you share 50% of your father's genes and 50% of your mother's, but not the same 50% on 2 occasions.
I think you
I've lost
lost
already.
it.
Lost already.
When you brought in the word genes,
Yeah,
I thought you were thinking, what
no,
kind
they
of
wouldn't
transfer?
necessarily. They wouldn't necessarily, no. They could do by
Did
sheer
Suzanne look
chance.
at you like Oliver Hardy looks at Stan Laurel when he's just like nailed his hand to a wall or something?
She went, ask Ricky tomorrow.
Yeah, and then turned up John Nettles.
And then turned it up.
Yeah.
Oh, that is brilliant. I think I heard a story once where 2 sets of Siamese twins married. What if you fancied the one on the left?
Yeah. What if one of them was having an affair behind the other one's back? That'd be difficult to conduct, wouldn't it?
You better show
What
up.
are you doing?
Waking up. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing down there? What are you doing down there?
There's no one down here.
Well, I think there is because I can see your sister here.
No.
Well, what's she doing? What's she doing?
No, they just-
She's covering for us. What are you covering for? He's your husband. Is my wife down there?
I read something about some Siamese twins.
Go on.
And one of them was saying, we get on each other's nerves and that.
The other one was going, I didn't know this. I've never liked you. I've never liked you.
One of them was going, I hate doing the washing up, but I'll let her do it. And the person doing the interview said, well, why don't you help out? Just dry up and get the job done quicker. And she was like, no, I can't stand it. I prefer just to hang around there and wait for the other girl to do the washing up on her own rather than help her get the job done.
Sure.
It's selfish.
Well, there was one set of Siamese twins. One had a job and the other one didn't.
That's ludicrous.
Yeah. The other one was unemployed. The other one had a job. She had to go to work. She had to get up at 6 o'clock on her day
I'm
off.
supporting you, literally.
Yeah.
Then they get done off the social for sort of.
Yeah, because the other one was signing up.
Are you living together? We're not. Feeder, just the way I'm feeling on XFM, 104.9, up in space. With me, Steve, and Con. Just having a whale of a time, both of them. They love being in this room with me for 2 hours. That is their favourite part of the week, I think, isn't it? I'm glad that they haven't said that, but I'm assuming they love it. Right, competition time. Brand new competition I've come up with. My favourite we've ever done, I'll be honest. And the great prize is 6 cents. You get a clip of the great film and you get to keep the great film. Now, I just explained this competition. I think Carl is a little bit of a frustrated actor. And so, by the power of technology, Carl takes the role in a film. And there's a question about it afterwards. And this is a scene starring Carl Pilkington. 6 cents.
Jeez, I hope nobody got hurt.
Be alright.
Very quiet.
I'm just thinking about stuff. That's all.
You're mad at Mr. Play, aren't you?
A little bit annoyed, to be honest. Went down a storm playing the drums in Little Donkey, but your loss.
I'd give anything to have been there.
Well, you wouldn't, because you didn't. But like you say, it's your loss then. Anyway, I'm just quiet because I'm thinking about stuff, like I said. Right? Make a big deal out of it.
What is it?
Well, I was just thinking, what would happen, right, if you put a comedian on a mirror? How would it handle that? It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Oh, you're scaring me.
That's scaring you. This'll scare you, right? The other day, saw a man sat there having a Twix. You never see that, yeah? Old fella having a Twix.
You see ghosts, Cole?
No, just the old fella's having a Twix for you.
They talk to you?
No.
I tell you the good things.
No, because they were too busy eating, but... What's that got to do? What are you looking like that for? Do you think I'm some sort of freak or something? Is that...
I'll never think that about you.
Well...
Ever.
No.
Got it?
Alright.
Well, it's a very chilling scene,
That is great. Oh, that is fantastic.
It's a very spooky scene from the film The Sixth Sense. Rick, I think you've got a question.
Well, yeah, I mean, Carl played it wonderfully there, the role of the child that sees weird stuff. But who played the original role? What was the name of the child actor who played the original role?
It's email only, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. You can win a copy of The Sixth Sense. But I think we can probably play it again later for those that missed it or those that
Just get in,
or those that need another reminder.
you got get in, 15-20 minutes, get your answers here, we'll pick a lucky winner and then we'll play it again, because I think that we can, I think Carl can go to Hollywood with some of the things I've seen there.
Absolutely. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
I'm going to play a track now. We tried to play it a couple of weeks ago, but the jumps, I've got a new CD here, but it's Papa Garcia, and this is Natalie and Lucy. Natalie and Lucy by Papa Garcia. Well, we've had lots of emails already. In fact, my favourite one is a suggestion of the name of that feature, specific to this today, is the Twix Sense, which was great. And feel free to send your suggestions, because we're going to try and do one a week, a classic film, with Carl in an important role. But if you want to, see Carl as maybe as Michael Corleone in The Godfather, send them in. We'll see what we can do when we come.
And don't imagine that it has to be a male character. I imagine that you can play Sharon Stone's role in Basic Instinct.
I don't imagine it has to be a human. I mean, an animal object.
He might be better suited.
He'd be very good as a rock, or something.
Exactly.
Yeah. But we're going to pick up something we spoke about before. We're going to announce we're going to play that again in a few minutes. But Carl must put the record straight, don't you? Carl's fed up when he comes up with something that's a little bit fantastic and far-fetched and wrong, that we take the mickey out of him. So he's brought in some hard evidence of the story, haven't you?
Now, do you know, I find stuff on the internet and that, you can comment and tell you about it and you know what's rubbish.
Yeah.
And then you'll say, show your workings, which I've never liked doing. When teachers say that, I hate that, because I normally can't.
No,
I've always done.
he's just got the answer's 5, and they go, no, I asked for the capital of China, the answer's 5.
But right, so we started a feature a couple of weeks ago, chimpanzee, that thing about monkeys and stuff.
Let's just play the jingle, right? Oh, chimpanzee now!
Yeah,
Alright.
we started that.
That's facts about apes, isn't it?
Yeah, monkeys, chimps, whatever. And I'll tell you a story about a monkey that was in a zoo.
Yeah.
And it got pally with the zookeeper.
Right, yes.
Remember?
It moved into his house, didn't it?
Yeah, and
did
it
he ultimately have an affair with his wife?
Yeah, it liked a little brandy at night and a cup of tea in the morning, then he went to work and it moved in on its wife.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I read that in a book.
Yes.
Right? But then I was looking for some more monkey stuff online the other day, and I found the same story from a different source.
Okay.
Which is always a good sign.
And it's corroborated what you think, is it?
Kind of. There you go.
It's not a different source though, is it? It's someone who read the same thing as you and printed it themselves.
I left out a fact. His name's Oliver.
What, the monkey?
So I got that wrong, yeah. The monkey's called Oliver. Can you see that, Steve?
Oh yes.
Right.
There's a picture of him here.
Do you want to read it?
Where is this from then?
I was looking for world famous monkeys online, and it
www.apeanaut.org. This is someone who in America